So that's it. 7 income streams, 10 days. I need to go to bed.
Let's rewind 10 days.
I'm on a mission to build myself 7 income streams in 10 days. And I'm not talking about selling 7 different variations of a pet rock on Amazon and calling it a day. I'm talking about real life passive income streams that will make me money in my sleep. I smell money. Here are the rules. Take it away, Morgan.
Rule number 1, each income stream must be passive and not take up more than 1 hour per month. Rule number 2, no code is allowed.
Not that I can code anyway.
Rule number 3, each income stream must cost less than $100 to set up.
Nice, relaxing night at home, huh?
And to make things just a tiny bit more difficult, I work a full-time job. So this is going to have to be early morning or late night thing for me.
One heavy weekend later.
Okay, that did not go to plan. It is now Sunday night. The weekend got the better of me, as it generally does.
Yes!
There's this little voice in my head that's been like, I told you 2 days ago that I was going to start 2 days ago. So I now have 7 days left to get myself up to 7 income streams. Let's do it. I have planned this out, and technically right now I have 1 stream of income, which is my job, which is what a lot of people do have. So I need 6 more. And the thing is, in the time frame that we have left, 7 days or whatever it is, I can only think of 4 that I can do, and that will make me passive income. And even at that, it's going to be a disgraceful amount of work setting it up. Like, there's nothing else I can do. But for now, I'm just going to plow on and hope 6th and 7th come on me like it did Eileen.
Someone grab her a towel. It's come on, Eileen.
Oh, that is not suitable for YouTube. Okay, so for the first income stream, what we're going to do is we're going to set up an e-commerce store with a twist in less than 30 minutes. Because I work in e-commerce myself and I see hundreds of brands each day, and I know how hard it is unless you're in that top 1 or 2%. Not only do you have to research a white space in the market, but you also have to find a product, you need to sample it, you need to organize the supply chain, you need to market it, fulfill it. The list goes on. And considering we only have like 7 days left in this challenge, not only will getting samples and forming relationships with people across the world be a barrier, but we will never be able to keep this under $100 budget. So we need to find another option, and we have found one. So check out these guys, right? They're called Printful. And these guys are going to be the Justin Timberlake to our NSYNC, because they do all of the heavy lifting that you don't really want to do in an e-commerce business. They source, produce, and ship your products. And then all you have to do is come up with a design and get people to buy the product, you know, which is easier said than done, but they are ticking off a lot of the boxes. Now, they do take a pretty hefty cut for all of their fees. I think it's 60%, but in my mind, it's 40% that I never would have gotten if I didn't have this in the first place. So the first thing I did was the design itself. See, the thing is, I actually want these income streams to match what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel and align it with the community of go-getters that I'm trying to build. So this is more than just slapping a smiley face on a t-shirt. So that afternoon, I set aside some time, did some brainstorming, and came up with a logo using Canva and Photoshop. Okay, so I got my first design set up here. Now, I'm only going to set 200 mints for this design because I want this to be the first Dara Lucy NFT t-shirt drop thingy. But I want to get someone's opinion. I might get my girlfriend to have a look at this. She's downstairs. Laura, if you saw this logo on a t-shirt, what would you think?
What?
She's not in my audience anyway. I then spent the rest of my time setting up the Printful site, doing some UX on the website, and bish bash boom, in literally a half an hour I had the second income stream set up. The only fees that I had to pay were the £17 Shopify subscription, which is pretty good considering I only need to sell 1 t-shirt a month to cover that fee.
Ice cream Lambo with the suicide doors.
Okay, so that is live. That was far quicker than I thought it was going to be. Now, I did have a domain bought already, so that did speed things up quite a bit for me. So I'll link it down below if you want to have a look at Gawk, or if you want to buy one of those t-shirts, you know, climb that ladder or stairs. Really, that's what it's supposed to signify anyway. To the top, like, let's call him Forrest. You're more than welcome to. Let's move to the next one. Okay, this is the one I am most excited about by a mile. Some of you may have seen my last video where I tested out a 100k TikTok affiliate marketing strategy that failed miserably. Now, that being said, I did learn a thing or two about the world of affiliate marketing. But what I did learn is that if you know what you're doing with affiliate marketing, it's a very good way to make some truly passive income. So since my catastrophic failure with my TikTok affiliate marketing strategy, I've decided to do some proper research about affiliate marketing and seeing how you can really use it to generate some passive income. And apparently the best way to do that is
membership-based products.
So the way this works is that Forrest Gump is scrolling through TikTok. He sees an ad, my ad that I developed marketing Spotify. Because he wants to listen to Jenny's music, he buys that subscription and pays $10 per month. And to reward me of sending him their way, Spotify give me $2 of his fee every single month. Now, obviously this is a very unrealistic example. Jenny would never be wearing clothes on the album cover. So what I need now are two things. I need a subscription-based service that people will sign up to, and I need a network that can help me facilitate that relationship in the first place. From looking on YouTube, it seems like the two most popular networks are Max Bounty and ClickBank. So last night I signed up to both of them. I even had to have a call with Max Bounty this morning to verify I was a real person. And now all I have to do is find a service that I'm going to use. And because I don't have an audience of 100 million people like Mr. Beast does, you can change that if you want to. I have to advertise on a social network like TikTok, like the plebeian I am. So in the end, I decided to go with ClickBank because I like the user interface more than I did Max Bounty, and I looked for something to promote, ideally with a gravity score between 60 and 100. Apparently, this is the range that allows you to get up and coming affiliate programs that aren't too oversaturated. And the other thing I wanted to do was find something that could give me some recurring revenue. So I found this back pain solution here, and this is the one that I'm going to go with. It's not game changing, like it stretches for your back, but it actually does have the potential to impact people's lives positively. So I'm going to start with this one and see how we go. It also has some recurring revenue programs too, which is a plus. So what I have to do is request permission to actually use this link. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, while I wait for that to come in, the next step basically for me to do is find out how I'm going to get people to click on that link. Now, because TikTok is the king of socials right now, I'm going to use that. Okay, so we're after setting up our new TikTok account. I'm waiting for the account to be approved, but the next step for me now is to actually develop an ad that I'm going to use for the program. Instead of doing a new creative and coming up with a new concept using Fina Le Cut Pro, I think the best thing to do is to see if there's any other solutions out there, and I've actually found one. It's called Dropvids, and it's basically a royalty-free service that you can pay a small amount of money for, and you can use all of their pre-recorded ad videos for your own creatives. So I'm going to use that instead, and you know, put some text and funny marketing lingo and language around it. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours. I have done the TikTok ad creative. I don't yet have my approval from ClickBank to start using this affiliate link for back pain that I wanted to use, but all I have to do is wait for them to approve that. Once I do, I'm going to set that ad live, hope that TikTok approves it. I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm not doing anything illegal here, and see where we go. My real goal here is to start off with that $100 budget that we did have to use straight for the TikTok ads, and then consistently reinvest all of the money I make from this. My goal here is to make a 50% return on all of the money I spend in the affiliate marketing, and at the end we're going to share some predictions as to when I can start earning some serious money using this. Cool, this is working. Okay, so we are 5 days through this challenge and we are 4 income streams short, so we really do need to start getting our ass in gear here. Today we're going to see if we can go and try and get a couple of really quick wins, and we're going to set up the next income stream in just a couple of minutes. Hopefully, just watch. Okay, so let me type in this website. I have the one finger. That's better. Okay, what is this and how is this an income stream? I'm a crypto enthusiast, but I do believe in 10 years time, 90% of the projects that are out there right now will fail, which means 10% of them will succeed. And my investment philosophy in the cryptocurrency game is all about finding those projects that will survive for the next 10 years and back them unconditionally, unless it's like Luna or something. And this right here is BlockFi. So this is a website where you can stake your cryptocurrencies and earn interest while doing so. So if you have a long-term philosophy like me and you're confident in the projects over the next 10 years, why not earn interest on the coins that you're going to be holding anyway? It works by locking up your cryptocurrency to power up the blockchain associated with that token, and as a result you get a yield or a percentage return. You can think of it like dividends you get when you invest in traditional stocks. This is truly passive because there really is no work to do to generate the interest. So I'm only going to stake cryptocurrencies that I truly believe in, and that for me is Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is also the sponsor of today's video. It is the token with the best utility. Obviously, I'm joking. Don't put your money in Shiba Inu. For me, what I'm going to do is take a blend of some of these cryptos that I'm already holding, stake them, and hopefully try and generate a yield of about 7 or 8% a year. Now, it's worth saying I already had an idea of what coins I wanted to stake because I've been investing in cryptocurrency for a few years now. So if you are new to this game, please do your own research. And I'll show you at the end of the video what kind of income I expect to make from this staking.
I love money.
Now, because we got quite a quick win in the last one, I'm going to move on to the income stream that I have been dreading the most. And the reason I've been dreading this the most is because this is the income stream that everybody else seems to be doing except for me.
And I feel left out.
We're going to invest in stocks and shares. Now, I know what you're saying. Anybody can go and invest in stocks and shares. It's very easy. All you need to do is create an account on some, trading website and buy it and get going. But I'm of the view that if I'm not going to do something fully or properly, I really don't like doing it, especially when you're putting lots of money into it and you're depending on your financial future with it. And up until this point, I've just been so excited by Vitalik and his booty gang that I've completely ignored the likes of Warren and his buffet of delights. Because as much as I love crypto, investing in stocks, shares, and the stock market in general has literally been the best way of earning wealth over the last 100 years. Because you're not only going to get those percentage gains in Tesla when Elon announces that he's partnering up with my YouTube channel, but you also get dividends every year, which are like little payments that the company sends out to you as a thank you for investing in their company. So with stocks and shares, this kind of violates the rule. The thing is, I've been holding back on investing in stocks and shares because in truth, I don't have the time nor the knowledge to do these stock picks effectively. And even if I did, if you do want to get involved in the serious trading in options, futures, derivatives, you generally need at least 25k to access any of the features to really see some serious returns. So in order to get to 25k, I had to look through a couple of cold pockets in my wardrobe. Lol. So I've been thinking about doing this for longer than just this challenge. Longer than just this challenge. God. Need to get a life. And I've finally come up with an answer to my time, my knowledge, and my money problems. I'm going to join an investment club. I didn't even know these kind of things existed until one of my friends reached out to me on Instagram after I put out a story asking for suggestions on how I was going to make these 7 income streams. An investment club is a group of individuals who meet for the purpose of pooling money together and investing. These members typically meet every month or every few weeks and they vote as to what they want to trade in. They generally vote according to one person who heads up the strategy and investment calls. So not only do you learn about how they are going to trade the market, but there is also a number of you in the pool, which means you can access all the cool trading features that we were talking about earlier. Now here are some things that I'm considering when I'm looking at investment clubs. Number 1, do your own research. Make sure that whoever's leading this club has been generating consistent returns for the last 10 or 20 years minimum. Secondly, when you're looking at these clubs, make sure the market professional is actually incentivized for you to do well. If they're only taking a flat fee every month, it makes no difference whether you make money or not. It's much better for you if they profit only when you profit. Keeps them honest. And number 3, which is what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to reach out to people who are already involved in these investment clubs and see what their take is. That way I can get first-hand experience to whether this is, a cowboy or whether it's someone that's generally going to make us some income here. So what I did over the next couple of days was I looked at various investment clubs online and through Reddit, and I chatted to friends who have already been involved in this game for longer than me. Okay, so through a lot of trial and error, I've actually finally found someone that I'm willing to put my money in. I've had a few calls with them. They seem very trustworthy. There's a lot of people I know already in this investment club, and they've generated some really good returns over the last 15 to 20 years. Now, the conditions for these clubs will vary depending on what club you're in, because, I'm not putting in, crazy money. And with this club that I'm in, I only have to put in 130 euros per month, all of which is going straight into the investment fund. So technically, there are no fees for this initial investment. Because there's a lot of history to use here for how it's already performed, I can actually do some calculations that I'll put at the end of the video for how much I will be looking to make passively from this investment club.
Well, right now, 100 million enough.
For the next 2 days, I was toying around with other potential passive income streams. Each one I looked at didn't really meet the rules we set at the beginning of the video, and because I was working such long hours in my day job, I was really beginning to think that this 10-day time window was slightly unrealistic. Okay, so I think we have our next form of income sorted. Yesterday, I was looking to rent a car for myself and my girlfriend for a trip that we're going on next month. And after seeing the prices of some of these cars in traditional car hire companies,
I nearly had a stroke.
So then I went to see if there was any other alternatives. Then I found this website called Turo, which is the Airbnb for cars. And then I thought, why can't I just do this myself? Now, I am aware that I'm in a pretty unique position in the first place because, number 1, I have a car. And number 2, I'm lucky enough to work from home or walking distance, so I don't really need it on a daily basis. So instead of letting it just sit here and depreciate in value, I may as well get some rent out of it while it's depreciating in value. Yeah, filming. Can't park here anymore. So even though on their website it says that people can make over £442 a month on this website, I was still a bit skeptical because I looked online, and one of the things about renting your car versus renting your house is that a lot can go wrong when you rent your car. 50% of drivers are below average after all. I then began to read through Turo's policy, and even if you want their 65 fully comprehensive plan, which doesn't even cover you fully by the looks of things, you're still giving them 35% of your profits, which is huge. But with less than 48 hours left before time is up, I don't really have too much choice. So I signed up to their website and jumped through all of their regulatory hoops. And then I took some photos of my car, which made it look a lot bigger and better than what it actually is. Luckily, I have some practice with that kind of carry on. Okay, so my Turo account is officially in. If you work on the onboarding team with Turo, it takes a bit longer than 10 minutes to sign up, like you do on your website. False advertising. There's a lot to do. Jump through a lot of hoops. You need to take pictures of your car. But it's in, and my ad should be live very soon. So with 24 hours left in the challenge, I will update you if I have made any sales at the end of the video, and what I will expect to make going forward with Turo. Okay, at this point we have 6 income streams, and we have like less than 24 hours to go. And I have an idea, and I'm literally punching myself asking why I didn't think of this earlier, because I really don't think we're going to be able to do this today. I don't even know if it's possible at all, never mind getting it done today. What I forgot to consider was that I have crazy views coming onto my YouTube channel, and I have brands from all angles asking me for deals. Maybe it's about time I signed on that dotted line to get that 8-figure signing bonus that me and my buddy Jimmy have at our doorstep. Okay, in all seriousness, it would be nice to start making some money from YouTube at some point, so why not start? So why not just start now? Finally, I got it out. So there are 2 main ways to make money from YouTube. The first is through YouTube ad revenue. Now I can't do this because number 1, I don't have the views, or I don't have the 4,000 hours of watch time you need. So I'm left with the second option of finding sponsors of your own. And that's what I'm just gonna have to do in less than a day. Better activate sales mode. So straight away, I spent some time literally making a list of all the brands that I personally use and would like to work with. And to maximize my chances, I'm reaching out to people and companies who are already sponsoring channels and newsletters that are relevant to my type of content. And I only had one rule. From an integrity standpoint, I only wanted to work with products I use myself. And even though we were under a lot of time pressure to get this done, I only had one rule with this, and that's to play long-term games with long-term people, as my buddy Naval says. So if I'm gonna get a brand working with me today, it has to be a brand that I will want to work with for the foreseeable future. So I narrowed down the list quite a bit. I only found around 10 companies that fit the bill. I wrote them a note on my toilet paper, sent them off by carrier pigeon, and at that point it was out of my hands. No joke, I literally just got a response from Chris from Koya saying, "Hey Dara," did that in an American accent, Dara, "thanks for getting in touch. Great to see you kickstart your channel. We'd love to possibly do some sort of a collab. Let me know any thoughts on how we could work together. Thanks, Chris." Chris Hunt, you are a bloody legend. Laura! Yeah? Somebody wants to do a collab. Okay, so I've just emailed him back. Our job's not done yet because now I have to, fulfill my end of the promise and talk a little bit about Koya. I don't even need to do any research because I've already used them. Technically, I've actually bought a Rolex using Koya. Not this one. This isn't a Rolex. This is a standard white guy Apple Watch. So what Koya do is they fractionalize alternative assets. So things like rare whiskies, rare trading cards and jewelry and all other kind of assets that you might be interested in investing in. Now, because everyday soaps like me and Forrest don't have the means to buy these things exclusively, Koya harnessed the power of NFTs so we can buy a fraction of the asset. Sometimes I think for as little as $100. Personally, I'm not planning on buying any trading cards from Koya. That's not really my jam, but I'm definitely going to snap up some of the rare whiskies they have going out in the future because, in most cases, whiskies can appreciate up to 20% a year if it's a good one, and it's a pretty badass thing to have your own whiskey collection. If you want to check them out, I'll drop a link below. Have a go, sign up if you want to. So that's it. 7 income streams, 10 days. I need to go to bed. But before we do, right now it's about time we take a look at what we made over the past 10 days and what we will expect to make in the future. I just want to stress here that the point of this video isn't that you go out and you start all of these side hustles yourself in 10 days, because it absolutely is not. I completely and utterly burnt myself out doing this for you guys just to prove that it can be done. And even for myself, I've been putting off some of the things that I did in this challenge for the last 10 years. And sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of conviction, maybe even a video like this, to get yourself started on that journey to financial freedom. Will all of these generate me money for the rest of my life? Yeah, they will. No, they won't. Some of them will, hopefully. Some of them definitely won't. But my experience is that you learn a lot more by failing than you do in succeeding. Apart from like skydiving or bungee jumping. Make sure you succeed at that the first time. Okay, let's get into the juicy stuff. Just for the sake of completeness, let's start with income number 1, which is my job. Now, I'm not going to spill the beans on what I'm earning in my salary, but what we can do is we can take the average salary of someone my age working in tech. I'm 27 and a lovely website online told me it's $50,000. a day. God, the videos I've been making would be far different if I was earning $50,000 a day. So 50 grand a year adds up to around $4,100 a month. Income number 2, my t-shirt business on Printful. And actually right now I have 2 sales. One from myself because I had to order myself a sample, and the second is from my lovely girlfriend Laura. Believe it or not. But technically at this stage this video hasn't even gone out, so no one actually knows about it. And my goal here in the short term is for this business to pay for the costs of running this YouTube channel for the time being. So I'm looking to get those sales up to somewhere around $600 per month, which equates to around 1 t-shirt sale a day. You know, which is very feasible, or teasable. Now, with the affiliate marketing setup, technically I actually haven't earned anything from it yet because it was only yesterday that ClickBank approved, so my ads have only been running for a few hours. But I have at this stage gotten around 11 clicks on the video, so hopefully with the average 3% conversion rate that we see, in the next 10 hours I should have 1 conversion. And that 1 conversion should generate me $47. Considering I've spent $25 in a day, if I can get that in this day, that's just under 2x my money. Now in the future, what I want to do with this initial $100 is keep reinvesting my money until I'm spending enough on ads in which I can take a little bit of a salary from the profits we make. My expectations with this return is that I get 50% for every dollar I put in. So if I start off with $100 today, in 10 months time, thanks to the beauty of compound interest, I should be spending $5,000 a month on my affiliate marketing ads. If I'm spending $5,000 a month and I want to start taking some passive income from that, 50% should generate me $2,500 a month consistently, give or take. Next up we have crypto staking. Now I am being a little bit careful with this because we all saw what happened to Luna recently, and I definitely do not want that to happen with my current portfolio. So we're spreading the risk across all of our assets. Mainly we have Ethereum, ADA, DOT, Link and Rune. When you calculate the ranges and averages, that brings me to about 9% interest a year. So I started off with $1,000 and I'm planning on adding $100 to that portfolio every single month. And if you calculate that over the next 20 years on interest alone, never mind the prices of those assets going up, you'll have over $60,000 in profits. Now don't forget, crypto is an incredibly speculative asset that goes up and down, but my view is that over the long period of time, the cream will always rise to the top. And from a passive income perspective, given what I expect these assets to go up, along with the interest that it will generate every year, we should be able to generate a pretty substantial amount of passive income from the interest we make from BlockFi in 10-20 years time. Next we have the investment club. Now the one I joined averages around 10 to 15% return every year. Now they do take a cut of those profits when you do end up realizing those gains, but let's ignore that for now for the simplicity of the calculation. So right now I'm putting in around $200 into this pot every month and plan to do a lump sum of 5 grand over the next year. And for simplicity's sake, if you do this again for 20 years, you'll end up with over 330 grand. And you can really see that curve growing exponentially as we leave that time progress longer. So realistically, if I were to leave it in another 10 years, that will go to a lot more than that. And again, from a passive income perspective, if I wanted to start taking those dividends as a wage long before that, I'm welcome to. But hopefully the idea is that you're in a position where you won't need to take them until you can take that big lump sum. Next up, we have Turo. Now similar to the affiliate marketing, my ad was only approved in, a day ago or so. So the thing is, I haven't actually gotten a booking with it yet. But what I can do is use their, wait for this, car curator to calculate how much I can expect to earn using my car. Now I'm planning to lease my car for £100 a day, which is round about the same as what other cars around my area are leasing it for. Now the one advantage that I think I have with this car is that I don't actually need it on a daily basis, so it should be available whenever people want it. I'm going to be extremely conservative here and say that if I'm able to rent it 7 out of the 30 days in a month, I should be able to generate £700 a month. And if I can do that, that means I get over £420 a month for literally just giving someone the keys to my car. Obviously there's going to be some cleaning and admin around that, but for 420 quid, I don't mind doing that. And 420 a month is just about enough to fuel my caffeine addiction. Funny how we came to that number.
He smoked me under the table.
Now the one thing I will say about the Turo income stream is that it's the one that I'm most skeptical of because of the number of things that can go wrong with renting my car to somebody. So I think if we were to have a confidence level for all of these income streams, this one would definitely be towards the flaky level. And finally we have the YouTube side of things. Look, this was a bit of fun at the end. Quite throw me 100 quid to sponsor the video with the expectation that we're going to work together thereafter. Now for our quick finish of the video. If I even make you think about smiling, you can consider gently gently touching that subscribe button. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender asks, why the long face? The horse replies, the bank denied me a loan because I didn't have a stable income. That was terrible. We'll see you in the next one. Slán.